Are we live?
Yes.
Oh, hey everybody! I'm Valerie, and I'm a reporter for the Long Beach Post, and we're here today and every Wednesday with our virtual office hours, where we talk about the latest news and play Minecraft together. And today we have Alena Maschke. Sorry, I wanted to do it right. But I didn't.
No worries.
To talk about the latest business news, or the latest about business closures and COVID regulations, and even some cannabis equity news, which is more exciting than it sounds. As we check out your builds, if you want to join the server and our Minecraft community, the link will be below, and we'll mention it later on. You can also just Google LB Post and Minecraft, and then you can sign up there. So let's jump into it. And if you have any questions for me or Lena, you can ask them in the chats on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, anything like that. So let's get into it. Alena, can you tell us about yourself and what you cover?
Yeah, so I'm a reporter with the Long Beach Business Journal, and as that, I cover pretty much everything business and beyond for both the Business Journal and the Post at times. We recently joined the Business Journal, the Post newsroom about a few months ago, so it's been really exciting to work with our colleagues at the Post and to kind of cross-share our reporting and stories. So, yeah.
Nice. So we're gonna check out some new builds. We're on top of the Breakers building, which is actually right across from our newsroom, so we look at it every day. But this looks different because there's no construction on it, which is kind of nice. So yes, there's no front door though, so we can't get in. That's okay. It's haunted in there anyways. So Alena, can you tell me, what are some of the recent stories that you're proud of?
So we've done some pretty big stories in the past few weeks. I did kind of a deep dive on police unions that made a bit of a splash online. I also worked on a story that you mentioned earlier, which is a story about equity in the cannabis industry. It's a topic that's long been a part of the public discussion, but it's come up even more so with the recent protests around racial equity. And so that's something we wanted to look at in the context of cannabis here in the city.
We have somebody who is asking, do you know if the city has allowed parklets for barbershops or salons, hair salons?
I know that they've mentioned doing the same permitting process for that as restaurants, but I don't know where that is where they are at in the process of making that happen. And we'll talk about that too, about the whole haircut salons and barbershops and stuff like that, because there's some more issues kind of beyond what the city and the state are allowing. So yeah, and to address Siva David, don't worry if you didn't have time or you're not feeling well. I hope you feel better. She mentioned while we were talking that she hadn't made anything, and I'm like, that's cool. So yeah, this is another building that is built by Rob the Pie Master, who builds a lot of the realistic looking big buildings. So it's the Bank of California building, which I didn't know it was called. So, do you ever go to this taco truck, Alena?
I have not, but I see it from is that the one where you can see from our balcony? Yeah, I see it all the time, and I'm like, I should really check it out, and yet.
I like there's like a mural on this wall too in real life, so that's pretty
cool. That's cool.
Yeah. And I was asking, I was like, does anyone know what that loop is for? Like, in general? And Tim was telling us that they put it, Tim Grovady, our columnist, who's like been here forever, he was telling us that they put it here to like revitalize this corner, quote unquote, and give a place where people could like sit and hang out, so kind of like a parklet almost, but...
Which is funny because in the game it looks kind of blocky, as if you could sit on it.
Yeah.
Which in reality it does not necessarily fulfill that use.
I used to drive by and I used to be like, is that like a slide or something?
Yeah.
So why hasn't the convention center been finished? I think they've been working on it. It looks like every week I see it being added onto almost, and it looks like a complex build. So I think they're working on it. Or that, I always get these two mixed up. There's also the arts building or whatever too, that is also being built. Okay, so let's talk about the barber shops, since somebody was asking about that.
Yeah, let's.
Okay. So what what's it called? What was I thinking of? What is what are the new regulations? There we go. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so to preface this, I've been kind of covering the beauty and grooming industry for a while, and especially since all of this started happening. There's been a lot of issues for that industry, obviously, because they are in such close contact with their clients. So they were shut down pretty quickly and for a very long time. And even as other businesses started to reopen, there was a lot of hesitance on reopening those kinds of personal grooming businesses, from barbershops to nail salons and the like. So understandably, a lot of them were really relieved when it looked like things were going to reopen again for them today. And I think it's worth noting that a lot of people in that industry, similar to other industries like tattooing, are saying that they go through a lot of training in order to get their licenses, and that among all the businesses that are reopening, they're probably some of the best equipped to handle sanitation and hygiene in their shops. So recently they were ordered to shut down again as the cases started spiking again. And now what came from the state level yesterday caused a lot of chatter.
It's a teleporty thing. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
I definitely
what is that?
Apparently
Fire.
it's fire. I thought it was a teleporting thing. I thought I mastered teleporting. I did not. Did not at all. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go the old-fashioned way. I realized. Ooh, teleport.
No shortcuts, Val. No shortcuts.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going in. Okay, sorry. So you were saying. I realized I went to the wrong way. Like I meant to go the opposite way. So you're saying that they're like the most equipped to be sterile and
Yeah, so that's
clean.
definitely like a big argument from that industry that, you know, if other people are allowed to reopen, they might be some of the best prepared to do so in a way that's safe. Regardless of that, they were shut down again after just, I think, 2 weeks or so of being open. And people had started booking up new clients and then had to cancel with them. And so yesterday, the state announced that they would be able to open outdoors, similar to the way that restaurants are. And that made a big splash in the industry. You would think that they would be really excited, but that excitement is a little bit dimmed. What is that? I'm so fascinated.
Okay, apparently I have to keep moving forward.
Okay.
I got really excited. Sorry.
Where are we?
We're back on top of the post.
Okay.
Yeah. Or next to the post.
That's pretty cool. Have you been up on the roof?
Not in real life.
Me neither. I'm like, is that what it looks like? We should be spending more time up
Yeah.
there.
I wish. Yeah.
So basically there's a lot of complaints within the industry about this announcement, just because it's a lot of people have said that it's really confusing, in part because it's really unclear how they're supposed to do this from a practical level. One of the salon owners I spoke to said that, you know, they couldn't shampoo, they couldn't do any coloring services, because what would they do with the color that's left in folks' hair? Like hose it off? It was just for them really baffling to think how this would be helpful to their industry. And another thing that that a barbershop owner mentioned on social media is that while the governor announced that they would be allowed to do that, there hasn't really been any clear guidance from the state board that handles licensing and compliance for these businesses. And they're concerned that basically the state board might come in and fine them for not fulfilling a lot of the requirements that they would be expected to fulfill in their normal salon environment because it's not possible outside. So those are some of the concerns. So none of the owners that I spoke to have any current plans for actually reopening their business under these circumstances.
That's good because Jason was asking, where can I get my hair cut?
Nowhere, probably.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's obviously up to each individual business owner, but it sounds like for them, the costs of setting up outside much outpace what they would be able to earn with that kind of setup, and it just doesn't seem to make a lot of economic sense. And then there's some of the other concerns about fines and regulations that I mentioned. So I don't expect too many businesses to take the governor up on this offer, unless there's some more clarification for how they would be allowed to do so. What is that?
What's
It's
what?
either to
The jumping
you
thing.
Get your hair cut at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little a blobby thing that you can kill. There we go.
Oh, why would you kill it? It's cute.
In survival mode, they hurt you. It's a slime.
Okay.
That's what they're called.
Okay.
This is the Schneider's Jewelry building that was also built this week. I don't know by who, but it looks cool. That building's so kind of like randomly there. We just need a mural right here because I think there's a mural right there.
Yeah. Wasn't that looted also?
It was looted. Dude,
pretty intensely, I think.
Yeah. I think there was like because our building was also broken into during that unrest, and somebody found like a piece of jewelry like that was dropped by some looters.
Oh wow.
In our like lobby, and they had to return it to Schneider's, or presumably it was Schneider's, but
I remember that. Yeah.
So that's
It looked like it was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was bad. And even though it's all like locked up, they got those gates and stuff, you know.
I think they broke in upstairs, straight up the. There was a door outside
Oh
the
yeah,
stairs.
yeah. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I definitely thought it was a little bit more
Secure.
secure than that. But yeah, so those are some of the new builds that we saw this week. If you have any other builds, just put them in the chats because I didn't see a ton, which is fine because we're all busy. I get it. I love the progress on the Performing Arts Center is what it's called. It's not the convention center. That's the convention center.
Yeah. I love the hedges that Reed's still not done yet. I think that's a really creative way of dealing with.
Yeah. I appreciate the note.
The fountain is coming soon.
I see it.
That's cool.
I'm excited. They found.
So how do we feel about the new lettering on the Performing Arts Center? It's not that new anymore, but
Oh yeah, there's some new lettering.
yeah.
It's cool.
Can you put that kind of stuff in here?
You can kind of do it like, okay, so if you look at
Like the post one?
yeah, you can kind of look at. They gave us a sign. I think it was HSDN. I was like, can you give us a sign because we don't have one in real life?
Yeah.
He said it's rather difficult. Yeah. So
Oh,
there's
wow.
like kind of like you can kind of see the styling looks like it, but
Yeah.
I think it's like a coding thing that you
Okay.
gotta do. And then I think you still have to use these like wooden sign thingy bobs. Okay, so Ocean's sign is actually a giant map. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, thank you though for that. Oh, the 211 Ocean. Yeah. So that like looks like I'm
Can
gonna
you
back
click on it?
I'm not gonna click on anything.
Okay.
Stephen, our tech person, was like, "Can you right click on it?" No, I'll break it. Okay, we're not in the business of breaking things today. What's in here? I never really looked in here. Oh, it's a little house. Deep, deep, deep. Oh, it's a little tiny house. Oh, there's a book.
Oh, this is the napping room we've been asking for.
They finally gave it to us. So, okay, so so that kind of covers the issues with the salons. Like, you can technically get a haircut outside, but if you need like washing or dyeing or anything that you also go to the salon for, it's pretty hard, and it'll be pretty hard for people or salon owners and hairdressers to actually implement those things, right?
Yeah, and make the economics work.
Yeah. So like, ooh, they're having a convention. See? They're having a convention in there, huh? Okay.
I mean, it seems like everyone's properly distanced.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I love the carpet in here.
Always trust those zombie conventions. You're really safety first.
Zombie conventions. And then we got our little art gallery in here.
Oh, nice.
So we have one piece of art in here, and by Ziva David. I like it. And we want more. So bring on more people and arts and stuff. I love this. I wish this was the actual floor.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
So you also wrote about the cannabis equity program, which is more interesting than like the title cannabis equity program. Like, so can you explain that to us?
No, totally. So we had a focus on the cannabis industry in our most recent issue, which just came out in print. We've been on hiatus for quite a while, so it was really exciting for us to have a print edition of the Business Journal again. And we wanted to kind of look at the cannabis industry on that occasion. And one thing that I had been wanting to look into is the city of Long Beach has a program that was designed to create more equitable access to the cannabis industry, and for the businesses that exist in the city in that industry to be more reflective of the city demographics, which are pretty diverse. And other cities have similar programs, so I wanted to look at how Long Beach's is working, and it's not ideal. So just to throw out some of the numbers there were 50 applicants who qualified on the conditions of that program, and the program offers some support. So basically, there's a lot of fees associated with starting a cannabis business, and the program offers waivers for those fees. But that is most of the extent of it. And that leads to some kind of suboptimal numbers. So we have 50 qualified applicants that were identified for that program. Of those 50 applicants, 30 attended workshops with the city, which are basically just kind of one-on-one meetings with the cannabis team. And only
That's the elevator.
Look it. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, what are those things coming up?
Ziva David said they have been fixed even better than they were with 3 floors. Right-click on the button.
Oh,
okay.
on the button. Oh, hello. I can get to my car. Nice. Sweet. That was cool. Very high tech. Let's go to the ground level.
So this is what the elevator looks like? Oh, okay.
Ooh. This is cool. Oh, llamas. Love the llamas. Alpacas. Hi. Oh, and a dude. Okay. Sorry. You were talking about cannabis equity.
No worries. There's basically just one business that has come out of that program so far. Only one applicant actually ended up founding a cannabis business that is all the way through licensing.
In how long? In like 2
In
years?
2 years, yeah. So that was a pretty shocking number for me. I also had heard anecdotally that none of the dispensaries in Long Beach are Black owned. And that was another kind of shocking number. And so I wanted to look at what's going on with the program and why it hasn't really brought upon the results that a lot of people were hoping for. And so I emailed everyone on that list of 30 people who had attended a meeting or a workshop with the city, just to hear about their experiences. And I spoke to about, I want to say 10 or 12 applicants, and just asked them, to tell me what the process was like. Where are we now?
We're in Nike.
Are these the zombies you were talking
These
about
are
earlier?
the zombies. I think they're called creepers. Hello. Hello, Mr. Cooper. These are the things that make the weird noises.
I can sort of hear them.
It's scary. I don't like the noises. But we have one who is a clerk.
Oh, that's nice.
I would like my shoes, sir.
That is a zombie, apparently, not a creeper.
Oh, there's a
Alright.
oh, the creepers are the skeleton guys.
Yes. Creepers are white and green.
Yeah. Ah, thank you, Ziva.
Huh.
I'll be working on the convention center more this week. Hopefully, get some progress done. Awesome. Thank you, LCY in the sky, Skywalker, Anakin. Anakin Skywalker. I like that. I just didn't realize that there was a door at Nike. Creeper was on the right. Got it. So,
Yeah, so I spoke to them.
yeah, you were like, I was sitting like at my desk and like listening to Alena like calling all of these people all day, and I was like, geez, she's calling a lot of people for this one story. You were reporting the credit of that story, which is awesome because it's what we're supposed to do. It's just a lot of people to call.
And it was really just a sign of how strongly people felt about their experience with the program, because I wasn't sure how many people would, return my emails or my calls, and how many people would want to talk about it. And it seemed like a lot of people wanted to share their experience. And so I spoke to all of them. But one experience that was really common is that people had pretty high hopes, and were hoping that this would really help them set up a cannabis business, and they were fairly disappointed with the oh my god, that
There's
is
chickens
adorable.
inside the Hooters. I think I requested owls, but I don't think there's owls in this game. Let me see. No, I want owl. So sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, so people were kind of disillusioned. Everyone I spoke to had kind of high hopes for the program, and then realized that just because of the really high costs of starting a cannabis business, the fee waivers were helpful, but that alone would not get them very far. And that's where a lot of their journeys ended. And it was especially sad to hear that from especially Black folks who were trying to get into the industry, but also other people of color who, to some extent, had already been in the industry prior to legalization, and were pretty much priced out because when it was fully legalized in the beginning of 2018 with adult use, or recreational, whatever you want to call it, there were so many fees and taxes that were suddenly attached to the industry that it just became a really insurmountable barrier for a lot of people, even those who already had experience building a cannabis business.
What does this lever do?
Do you sometimes just like,
Shoots an arrow.
Whoa, it shoots an arrow.
what
No,
does it shoot an arrow
Ziva
at?
just shot an arrow. No, it does shoot an arrow. That's pretty cool. Sorry, Ziva, I'm not trying to kill you right now. Out of your head, though. You put a creeper head on. That is scary. I was thinking about the American Pride right now. This isn't something that we were talking about today, but the American Pride sales to Catalina, and Ziva made that, and you guys just went to Catalina for stories.
We did, yeah.
What happened?
It was a really exhausting but really cool trip. It was my second time on Catalina, and it was actually my colleague Brandon's first time on Catalina.
Ah.
So that was really cool to get that opportunity. And people on Catalina are super friendly. Like, it's shocking how friendly they are. So we had an opportunity to kind of travel around the island, travel on Avalon. The mayor took us around a little bit. Ooh.
She's holding a creeper.
Okay. Do we collect creepers? Is this?
I don't know.
Is this
there
like
it
a
is.
bounty of sorts?
Oh no, I hit it. I don't know. Do I kill it? I don't want to kill it. Hi, I'm a creeper friend. Thank you, Ziva.
So in this play mode, we don't have to be afraid of them, is that right?
Right. Oh, you're holding a creeper egg. Oh, so I can raise my creeper and just like a little baby. And like keep it forever, maybe? I don't know. It'll be like a pet. Huh?
So they come out of eggs,
I
okay.
didn't know that. I didn't know there was a water feature in here. The sand. I haven't really explored the sand castle. I think who made it? Somebody made it. Taught all the mobs. I should, because I don't really know them anymore, or like much. I also went to Catalina for the first time for an assignment a long time ago.
Oh, sweet.
I feel like that's like, I don't know, a rite of passage for like a Long Beach reporter. So you have to go to Catalina for your first time for an assignment. Oh, it's a dispenser, like a dispensary, like a cannabis dispenser. Sorry. No, I'm just drawing like random things. What is this thing?
Is that a life, like a
like oops,
like a raft or something?
Ziva fell. I don't know. Maybe it's just a trap. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is quicksand. The sign will tell you.
Good to know.
I don't think it's really quicksand. Well, let's test it. No.
Did you know that with quicksand, you don't actually just get swallowed by the sand? Most people would die in quicksand starve. Fun fact. Because they don't get found quick enough.
So it's slow sand?
I guess, yeah.
Ah. So, and then there's a zoo over here. Our pets columnist, Kate Karp, was asking me if we had an animal shelter in
Naturally.
in our thing, in our server, and I said we don't have to. Are
there bees in the zoo?
there are bees over there. So Zonal Chicken made the zoo. I don't know where Zonal Chicken is.
Ooh, we got pandas too.
And we got pandas.
So now here's the real challenge. Can we build Catalina?
Ooh, I would like to see that. I'd come back for that.
You might work on the feline good cat site. Oh my gosh, I love feline good cat.
Have you ever been inside Social Club, right?
Social
Pet
club.
cafe.
There we go. Yeah, the pet cafe. Yes, please, for sure, work on that. I love that place. I've been inside once or twice, maybe. I worked on a story.
Yeah.
It's like a cat cafe, but all the cats in there are for adoption. You can't really buy any food in there because like health codes and stuff, but you can like bring your own food and like coffee or whatever. But I mean, right now I think it's closed because of like the pandemic, obviously.
Yeah.
But when it's open, it's super fun. It's super relaxing too.
Yeah, I remember we wrote about it. Well, our previous editor, Samantha Mellinger, she wrote about it for the Business Journal. She's also a big cat fan, so shout out to Samantha. She wrote about it, and I had been wanting to go ever since, but then just kind of forgot about it. And then with the pandemic happening, that was off the table for a little bit.
I like how there's like a little. So our first assignment. No worries. Our first assignment was this lighthouse or whatever. Not assignment. We were gonna like work on it together.
Yeah.
I sent out the server information at 12 p.m. and by like the 3:30 p.m. stream, they had already built it.
Wow.
And I was just like, okay, guys, cool.
It's a pretty laborious bunch.
Yes, it was finished before it started. I saw everyone just like hovering around this thing. And like the Queen Mary was already half done. It was pretty crazy, and awesome. Speaking of Queen Mary,
Yeah, so what is that behind?
oh, that's the
Queen Mary.
edge of the map. So
okay.
the map is only like a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer thingy bob. Like, whatchamacallit? Oh, I didn't know that. It's a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer map around our office.
Our office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a trapdoor.
Mm.
Oh, I messed it up. Okay. No.
You need to be standing up.
I thought I was standing on it.
Oh, you need to really try to fall into this trap.
Okay, come on. I did it first, and I was like, what does this lever do? And then it, like, there we are. Thank you, Rob. You don't have to do everything, but I love that you do everything. There's also this like pretty wild roller coaster that somebody built. And
Yeah.
it just like takes you underground and traps you because I got trapped in it.
Oh
yesterday.
no.
I got out, obviously. But yeah, this is new too. I don't know who made this. I couldn't figure out how to make a.
Oh, that's wild.
I couldn't figure out how. I still can't figure out how to ride the minecart down.
Uh-huh.
But you can ride a minecart down, and it's kind of fun. But it's also very high.
Do you like roller coasters, Val?
I do. I do like roller coasters. Kind of miss them.
Yeah, same.
Okay, let's go all the way to the top. It's really high. Oops. Don't run into it. Okay, so there were some things that you said that oh, you right click the minecart. See, I thought I tried that and it didn't work, but we'll try it again. Let's try it. Okay.
Oh.
Super high. It's almost like the See, I just break things, guys.
Yeah, that's not helpful.
Okay. It's a different track, but I think it's fine. It's probably fine. I don't
Right click.
I am right clicking.
Are you holding the wrong tool, maybe?
No, it's the Minecraft, the cart. See, I broke it again. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's try this one too. Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. How do I get my
Oh.
cart? See? Oh, you fixed it. Thank you. Oh, I might be a little bit too close. Oh, don't fall. Dang nabbit! Ah, fly!
I'm also terribly afraid of heights, so
Okay.
this is a
Is this kind of scary for you?
yeah.
Oh,
It's a little unnerving. Not gonna lie.
it is kind of scary when you. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Now right click.
Ooh.
And you can use the arrow
Oh.
keys to control it.
Ah!
It's going.
Hands up, Alena. No. She's like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's a little bit slower than I expected. Whee! Whoops. Whoops. I gotta move my camera. Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow.
Now it's kind of dizzying. Okay. What the heck is happening? I'm lost. They're just gonna look out. Whee!
Do we fly off the
Okay,
rail?
now we're in the trappy part. 5x5 spiral. Woo! Whee! And now we're at the. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I
Oh,
feel
there's
dizzy.
Ziba. Okay, now we can get out. Because this is creative mode, so we can fly, thankfully. Because otherwise, somebody messed up the end. Aw, man. Okay, so did you mention the thing that like didn't make it into the story, that your cannabis equity story?
Yeah, so one thing that I thought was really interesting but that didn't make it into the story is that a big aspect that people were bringing up when I talked to them is the types of licenses that are allowed in Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bureau, the Cannabis Oversight Office here in the city has been looking at that to some extent, and the overarching question or topic is the licenses that are currently available and allowed in Long Beach, which is cultivation, manufacturing, and laboratories, are really expensive to set up. Dispensaries are normally a less expensive option, but the city has limited the number of dispensary licenses that are available, and they were basically, it was a complicated process, but they were somewhat grandfathered in. So a lot of these new business owners or aspiring business owners did not really have a shot at those licenses. And so they're asking why there isn't a non-storefront delivery option. So basically, that would allow someone to start a business that delivers cannabis products but doesn't have to have a storefront, like a dispensary. What are we looking at here? Is that the aquarium?
Yes, we are in the Shark Lagoon. There's Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, we're not supposed to swim in here. The sign said no swimming, but I'm gonna break the rules because Ziva is breaking the rules.
I love the Shark Lagoon, by the way.
Landlubber. Is this guy just labeled landlubber? Nobody move, I dropped me brain. This is either madness or brilliance. There's a lot of guys in here. There's a lot
it's
of,
pretty.
There's a dinner bone. There's names. They're named. Pipe the lubber aloft, matey.
Really love your pirate voice. I wish you'd use that more often.
I'm just
around
gonna
the
walk
office.
around the office talking in pirate voice. It's a fun Easter egg. Fish are friends, not food. This is true? Oh crud. Ah,
I've seen you eat poke.
I have, yeah. Ooh, there's a gold chest. I got the treasure.
Oh, that's cool.
Is the real aquarium, do you have treasures? Oh, I didn't know that. Where's more? Where are the more? I know there's more.
More Easter eggs?
More, thingy. Oh, it is. It's upside down.
Huh.
Huh.
Is that a carcass?
It
Or
is
skeleton?
a creature. There are no actual sharks. Hello, Bobbit. I know I need to watch Pirates of the Caribbean because. Dun, 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 dun,
Hello
Does not
Puppet
seem-
was from the first one, right?
Now we just got a copyright.
Uh-oh. No. No copyright. Oh, that's why there's a bunch of different colored sheeps in front of the thingy. Okay, let me show you the sheep
Yes, please do. I want to see.
or the llamas.
Colorful
There's a bunch of really
sheep.
colorful sheepy llama things in front of the actual aquarium.
So do we actually have a sailboat like that in the harbor? I don't think we do.
See,
do we?
that's what I was thinking. But it's based off of the whatchamabobbers, the not the Paradise, the American Pride. There we go.
Oh, okay.
There's the sheepies.
Oh, that's cool.
There's lots of sheep.
Birds too, huh?
And
Like
birds.
cockatiels?
Yep. And then if you go inside the aquarium, there's like a bunch of birdies as well.
And apparently the aquarium is open, just the outside of it is.
Yes, just outside of the real life aquarium is open.
Good job, guys.
The American Pride is in the harbor in front of the aquarium,
Okay.
according to Ziva.
Huh.
Yep. But yeah, so we're gonna leave this here, and we're gonna look at the beautiful harbor area. But thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you to Alena for joining us, and thank you all for joining us for our live stream and showing us around. And if you want to join Minecraft, you can sign up in the link below, or you can just Google Minecraft and the LB post, and it should be the first article that pops up, and you can sign up there. And thank you, and also be sure to email me, Valerie@lbpost.com, if you have any suggestions about our stream, or if you want me to see any of your builds that are harder to find or that I didn't notice this time around. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.